Hey guys, it's Bethany. Welcome to my Trichotillomania journey. Um, I have suffered from trichotillomania for a very long time, nearly 2 decades. And not once did I think that I could control it or maintain it, but here I am, very beginning stages. It's only been a month or two since I feel like I've had control over my life again, and I'm feeling pretty good. So, for anybody out there who is suffering like I am, I guess I just wanted to, open this up and share my story and what I've found helpful, tips and tricks so far, and just if you want, follow along with my journey. I will keep you updated on my progress and share anything new that I find. So, you can't tell right now the hair loss that I have, but it's pretty significant. I have, a spot up here which actually has probably an inch of regrowth already, so hooray for that. And I also have a really terrible spot right here that's in the beginning stages of regrowing. I can still see scalp quite a bit there, but we're working on it, and I'm currently wearing a lace base 5x5 closure, which I will show to you momentarily. So, but first let me give you a backstory. I was 12 years old, and I got a pretty terrible flu, and I was home alone, sick from the flu and stayed home from school. And so I was feeling awful, and I laid down to rest, and by the time I woke up, I had no eyelashes. They were just gone. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, what happened here?" And that was my trigger point. That's what started it all, and I spiraled out of control after that. It then went to my eyebrows and the hair on my head. So, funny story, being 12 or 13 years old and having no facial hair whatsoever. And at that age, you don't know how to do makeup. So I was doing a real bad job of the drawing the eyebrows on at that point. And one day, and I wasn't doing anything for my eyelashes because I just could not figure out eyeliner for the life of me. It was a mess. So I was like, whatever, screw it. We're just going to go without eyelashes. But I had to have the eyebrows. So I would draw them on very, very badly. And one day I went to school and forgot to put them on. And being in middle school, you don't have a lot of good supplies. So I literally found a brown Crayola marker and went in the bathroom and drew it on. I looked like a freak show. It was, when you say, people say, "Oh, looks like you painted your eyebrows on." That's literally what it looked like. It was so bad. And also, I thought, well, I'm just gonna buy some prescription eyeglasses and just wear these to try and cover everything. So stupid. They freaking magnify your face. That was dumb, but I wore them for probably a year. Um, let's never revisit those pictures. They were terrible. And in school, if you don't need prescription glasses and you're wearing them, you cannot see anything. So I'm sitting there in school for like almost a year, like I couldn't read anything. I was this close trying to figure out what it was. So that was terrible. That was the beginning stages when I'm learning what's going to work for me. Obviously did not figure it out for a long, long time. And I didn't know what it was at first. I was taken to numerous doctors who also had never heard of that, and I hadn't at the time either. I think the first time the word trichotillomania was mentioned to me was actually from a coworker who was going to beauty school, And, you know, if someone had like made a comment about like my eyelashes being missing or my eyebrows, and I was like, well, guess what? I pull them out and I can't help it, and I don't know what else to tell you. And my friend who was in beauty school was like, oh, yeah, that's trichotillomania. And I'm like, there's a name for this? Like, this is a thing? I'm not just like insane. And, you know, I'm not the only one. So I went home and I Googled the crap out of it, and still, up until a couple months ago, with all the research I've been doing over the years, still had not found any way to manage it. So I just suffered through it all. So with my hair, at the early stages, I would just run my fingers through, you know, the base at the back and just like see what would fall out forcibly a little bit. I wasn't actually yanking at first, but I had like thinning all the way up the back. And I also had found this like dime size worth of gray patch right here. And of course, I was like, I don't want that in my head. So I started pulling that entire section out. And at that point, it just spread. And I also was doing the whole like run your fingers through the fringe area, and that got really, really thin. And I had this like ridiculous chunk of like scraggly, like torn off, like it's kind of regrowing chunks here. There's a picture. I don't know how to insert it here, but it looked stupid. So I had to like pin it down, and like I went to school like this forever, and it was ridiculous. So meanwhile, this spot is just growing and growing and growing. And then I went to my crown, and it's been suffering and struggling with that for 18 years now. Until a couple months ago when I was doing research, because over the holidays it had gotten really bad to the point where I couldn't pull it up anymore to cover, because that's what I was doing for all of these years. I would wear my hair up in a pony or a bun every day. I couldn't do anything else with it. So I got to a point where I could no longer do that without the bald spots showing. So I was like, well, what the heck am I going to do now? So I finally found what are called closures, which is similar to a topper, but it's less wiggy than that. It's basically just, mine is a 5x5 lace that has individual hairs hand tied out of it, and it clips in right on top, which was perfect. So it covered everything, and it's super thin and lightweight, but it still manages to cover everything somehow. It's ridiculous. But prior to now, I actually already made a video of kind of a review on it, and you know what trichotillomania is for anybody who didn't know, and I went into depth with it. It's made by Andrea from Perfect Fringe, and I absolutely love it. I will not leave the house without it now. It's been a lifesaver for me. But anyway, I will show you. And also in that video, you go back and watch it. I'll post it shortly. But go back and watch it, because you'll be able to see the difference in my hair loss then, which was, I probably recorded that a month and a half ago, to what it is now. So there's a visible difference, you guys. Visible. All right. So take this out for you. I have curled, oh my gosh, my own hair is getting stuck in the clips. Anyway, I've curled my own hair, and the closure, there's the clips. It's all lace, so I can part it wherever I want to, but I like to part it on this side because that means there's more hair going on this side. I went into this in the video, but anyway, you can watch that. So I have a ton ton of regrowth on the top here. And this is how bad my side is right now. But even this is already growing in. This was straight scalp a while ago when I made that other video. So compare the two. Let me know what you guys think on my progress so far. And I also have this little spot over here too. But this is where we're at now. And I'm just going to continue posting videos like this. I'm also going to do a video on everything that I've found helpful so far with this much success, because this was completely bald at one point too, and I would just, like, I was alternating between this and this. Like, one or the other would be completely gone. So with having both regrow back right now is amazing. I've never had this much success until now. So anyway, let's put this back in so I can look like a halfway decent person. That was clipped in way better before. Kind of mad I took it out, but worth it for you and for me, because I'm tracking my own progress here. This is my journal. This is for me. But if anybody else wants to follow along with me, and let's support each other, right? That's what this is all about. So anyway, love you.